Welcome, everyone. I am here today on this beautiful day to share with you a little bit more about mindful being. I've been on here for a few years now, and I actually haven't done quite an introduction lately. And I know there's a few new people, and also a lot of changes happened within myself, and I wanted to share what's to come for mindful being. If you're on here, say hello. Feel free to share where you're from and why are you here if you're interested in sharing. I know that sometimes asking these questions directly feels overwhelming, and so I'll leave it at your own choice. So, where to begin? Well, first off, my name is Raditya Lasri. I created Mindful Being in 2018 or 19. I'm actually not quite sure yet. I think it was 2018. So it's been almost 5 years now. And there are so many things that have happened. And it originated from really feeling the need to be myself while having these other things to attend to. And some of those things to attend to include being a parent. Some things include to be a spouse. So many different things that fall into how to show up for yourself. I came across the teachings of mindfulness as a way of teaching. It was when I first came across it, it was like, my goodness, this is what I was looking for, or rather, this is what I've been doing, and I didn't have a name for it. I was teaching yoga for some time, and I called it mindfulness yoga, not knowing what it meant, not knowing what it went, and just being with that idea. And when I finished my degree around that same time, I reflected on all the things that I was interested in, all the things that I wanted to feel like, all the things that I want to get to. And the answers were always the same. The answers were being myself. And I started to realize that being myself in the environment that we're in is not easy. Being myself, yourself, is a skill set. It's something to practice. And when we are not aware, when we just walk into life, when we just walk in this path called life, be it going to school, be it going to work, be it in a relationship, be it in friendships, whatever you are attending yourself to is what you live for. Whatever you know is. And I am not sure if we are taught this awareness to life. It's like, why did I pick this job? Why did I choose to do this? And what is really at the heart of the path that I'm taking? And so at first, my business was called Body, Mind, Soul. Was already taken. It's a big way people describe their way of being, meaning the whole body, your soul, whatever that is for you, and the mind, which is your thoughts, the way you perceive things, the whole idea of walking through life with an awareness is, to me, what the mind is. Thoughts are just thoughts, and then the mind is really the concept of the thoughts becoming something. And for that, we need awareness. And just what I realized is that It's not a one-way stream. There are many ways you can find what you want to accomplish, where you want to go, what your desires are. What I realized I want to be part of in your life is to help you navigate through this craziness of life. And the craziness of life is just what you know. It's just this particular moment, right here, right there. That's your life. It's not what is going to happen in 5 years from now. Although this is what we are having in our minds, is where we want to be, and that's where we are, and the aspirations that we have, and that's what we're working towards, right? Be it this higher position in a job, or be it a different place to live, or be it in a different relationship, or, you know, having children in your life, more or less, or whatever, right? And so at first it was just to become a mindfulness teacher, to be a teacher, to be, you know, more aware, letting people know how to access mindfulness in their everyday, how they can be present with what's in front of them, increasing focus, and that is all still there. But I want to go beyond that now. Because once we have accomplished this awareness of our everydays, we have a hold of our routines and the way we want to do things, it allows us to be more. And I want to bring up two very important aspects to this subject. One, says in the title, is love, and the other one is discomfort. They go side by side. And sometimes our love for something is avoiding certain discomfort, or we have a certain discomfort and we want to get to love, and trying to find a way to get rid of that discomfort to finally get to that piece of love. Love can be loving someone, right? Being in a relationship with someone and loving this person. It could be loving yourself. It could be caring for something that you're passionate about. It could be a job that you have, maybe a skill set that you have. That's what you want to focus on. That's what you want to put your love in. So it has different aspects on what love means. And for everyone, it's a different meaning. So it's not for me to define it for you, but to really notice, like, what does love mean to you? Take a moment here. What does love mean to you? To me, love means this feeling inside of me that lets me know I'm safe. Is that feeling inside of me that lets me know that I'm doing the right thing for me in this moment. And love is something, at least for me, that moves with me, that goes in a certain direction with me. And as I moved from, or I shouldn't say I moved from body, mind, soul to mindful being, because that's not really true, because my body, mind, soul was taken. So I had to find a different name. And so in a heartbeat, mindful being came up. I don't have the thought processes exactly on how it came about, but it wasn't like a long process. And as I've been thinking about it more, about what does it mean to be a mindful being, is not just about being aware. That's the beginning. Started with an A for the beginning. And that's the beginning. And when we are aware, we're going to get into discomfort. We're going to get into a moment where I wish things were different, right? That discomfort of like, something's not right. that feeling of, I don't like it. When that feeling comes up, you have choices. You have choices to ignore it and say, like, just not gonna get into this. You have a choice of getting into it and figuring it out, pushing what that discomfort is, and then figuring it out to go away or resolve itself. And then you have options of like a little bit of both, right? Ignoring, moving into it, moving out of it, and really being in a explorative space. That's the space that I'm looking for. I'm looking for that space where, okay, I don't want to do it. And then, but maybe I'll push myself a little bit. And okay, I'm not so quite sure, right? So that's really what this is. A mindful being that is love is really that human being that is being honest with themselves by witnessing, I want this, I don't want this. Hey, Lynn, thank you for joining. Yes, get some sneak on. And it really is about discovering what we're all about. Because at the end of the day, it's all you got. This one thing. I'm pointing at me, but you can point at yourself. This is all you got. This is all you have to work with. Whatever else is coming your way are signals to what you can work on, more or less. And obviously you could just say, like I said, ignore it. And I was like, it's too much. Don't want to deal with it. Out of my way. Or I can become curious and say like, okay, I don't like it. I want to ignore it. And at the same time, bring a little bit more curiosity to, okay, what else is there? Why am I so resistant to this? You don't have to share this with anyone. This process is your process. It can be you in the bedroom, in the bathroom, in a space that you feel on your own. You don't have to share this process with anyone. I only invite you to do that process. If you avoid that process, you're missing out on you. You're missing out on the potential of being a human being, the potential to really see what you can bring to this world. And bringing to this world doesn't mean a crazy idea that nobody had before. It's not about the incredible impact you can have on thousands of people. It could just be the impact you have on the people right in front of you. And I've seen many people do that. There are people that become really eminent in becoming more fit, for example. Like they are working on themselves to do whatever they need to do to have whatever vision that they have, whatever they want to work towards. That's that. And in the meantime, the people around them are changing with them. And it's not my job, nor is it your job to change the people around us. But what we can do is invite other people to do the inquiries that you have done for yourself. You're inviting people and challenging people to do a little bit more than just the obvious or the status quo, as someone in Lynn's conversation was mentioning. And so for decades, I've been watching people. I used to watch, when I was a teenager, I would watch talk shows nonstop. Not because of the crazy content that they were sharing, no, because I wanted to see how people communicate with each other. I wanted to see how people are responding to challenges. I wanted to learn how to avoid certain experiences that people had that were probably difficult. And talking about difficult and bringing this other aspect of discomfort into this conversation, because we explored a bit that love, which we'll go back to. But for now, that discomfort. Because I'm sitting outside here right now on a February day, which is where I am in the hemisphere that I'm in. It's winter. It's supposed to be freezing out. And I'm here in a sweater. Well, I got a jacket covering my lower body, but other than that, I'm sitting out here. And it was a sign how many people prefer this weather in February, not caring if it's February or not, as long as I don't have to feel uncomfortable. I'm using this weather example because it's the easiest example for anyone to see their discomfort level. How likely are they going to put themselves in a situation that are uncomfortable? And weather is one of them. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. And so what's really interesting to me is that human evolution has worked really hard to remove discomfort. It has created certain automations and creations in a car, for example, that you can turn on your car without being in it to warm it up. There's one of the discomforts, right? Other discomforts is, for example, tea cooker. I have one of those, right? They cook way faster than if I had to turn it on the stove. And there's many, many, many more such reasons. I'm not going to go into all the details, but you see when you look around, even this, right? Cell phones, they were created to make life easier for you, less challenging, so that you can call anyone at any time, anywhere. You don't have to be home anymore. You don't have to be looking for a cell with a phone inside that probably was touched by God knows who, right? Like all these things, just look at what we created in this life that made us avoid discomfort. So we cannot be surprised if we can't handle discomfort. And discomfort can be just you wake up in the morning and someone makes a comment about, oh, why did you leave the light on overnight? I don't know what, right? Maybe you just didn't sleep right and you're like, whoa, why is this person complaining already? It's only morning and this and that. And then you get into a fight. But what is it actually? The discomfort, and I mean, that might be just a very unlogic example, but if someone says something you didn't do, your reaction to it will show, bye, Lynn, will show how you respond to discomfort. So your sense of discomfort is being shown not when you're by yourself, not when you are just peacefully sitting somewhere. Discomfort comes up when someone else enters your life or something else, like a cup dropping on the ground. It's like, why did that cup fall and break? Because I dropped it. And it really is about this honesty with myself, being honest with myself, why the things happen, like what's my impact, like what is my influence in these things that I've done, to avoid the discomfort being deflected to something or someone else. And so the idea is really here about understanding that discomfort is our teacher. And I'm here from, this perspective of me creating a greater awareness and love for myself, to be able to move through these stages of life that make me more whole, that make me more me, and that don't remove me of being human. So this is very much what I wanted to share with you, that we're on a journey. We're on a journey of finding love for ourselves. We're on a journey to figuring out how to move through life without avoiding and ignoring certain aspects of it, but actually including and inviting them into our lives. And one of the big ones is discomfort. So when we meet discomfort with love, with care, compassion, we come a long way and we can learn so much. And so this is what mindful being is about. This is why I'm here to share with you my point of view, is for you to discover how to make life easier, simpler, not because we have less problems, not because we're avoiding discomfort. No, because we're stepping into discomfort, because we're looking at the troubles in front of us, and we are leading with the love that we are inside of us. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was somewhat summing up what I can bring to you. And so let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll be back. I will be bringing in some people that I'm going to be talking about life, how we can have different perspectives on how to move through life. And I can't wait for you to explore the you that you can be. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.